The good news, Matthew Knies is on fire. The concerning news, he's about to get super expensive and could get targeted from outside the Leafs organization. To speak to that and more, the insiders, Chris Johnston and Pierre LeBrun. CJ, how do you see the Leafs handling the 22-year-old rising star who needs a new deal after this season?
Well, Matthew Knies is a big priority for the Maple Leafs. And so while I can understand to some degree where the speculation of an offer sheet might be out there and being discussed, I don't believe it's really a threat when it comes to this player. And there's a couple reasons for that. Matthew Knies himself is not really interested in entertaining an offer sheet. I don't think that this is something that him or his agent is looking for heading into the marketplace. And the second part of that is the Maple Leafs feel they have plenty of cap space to get their business done this summer. Where that will start, Mitch Marner. What happens with the pending UFA? I think the decisions on Knies will flow from that in terms of does he go for a long-term deal, short-term deal, how much money will be left will be decided at that point. But you know, heading into this summer, I really believe the Leafs are in a position to sign this player. And if he were to sign an offer sheet, they'd likely match it.
Yeah, it's been almost 3 years since the Avalanche have had their captain in their lineup. But is it now at least a hint of optimism that Gabriel Landeskog may indeed play in the NHL again, Pierre?
Yeah, Gino, I would say guarded optimism, and you're right. There's so many people polling for him within the Avalanche organization, but also around the hockey world. It's been such a long journey back. He's ramped up his recovery here in the last couple of weeks. He practiced in full with the AHL Colorado Eagles on Wednesday. It was off the ice on Thursday doing rehab. And the expectation is, depending on how he feels on Friday, is that he would suit up in a game for the Eagles, and what a moment that would be in his comeback. But as someone told me today, it's day by day. How does he feel the next day? How does the knee hold up? That's why no one's ready to announce that for sure he will be a member of the Avalanche come playoff time. But that's the hope for a guy that's recovering from a knee surgery he had in May 2023 that no NHL player has recovered from, has played again in a game.
It's been a big journey. Speaking of guys trying to make a comeback, the NHL and NHLPA are opening the door to make Aaron Ekblad's return a little easier, CJ?
Yes, it's been cracked wide open. Aaron Ekblad was on the ice Thursday with members of the Florida Panthers, the first time since March 10th when it was announced that he was getting a 20-game suspension for violating the performance-enhancing substance program. And the reason that's significant is this was not a clear case. Normally a player can come back from that kind of suspension and start skating with the team 10 days out from the end of the suspension. Well, in this case, Aaron Ekblad is not going to be able to return for the third game of the playoffs for the Panthers. We don't yet know when that will be. So there had to be a compromise reached with the league and the PA, and they decided to go 10 days back from the second night of the playoffs, and that's why he's back on the ice and with the team ramping up now.
With just a week left in the regular season, we're starting to pay a little extra attention to guys on expiring contracts, and that includes Kings GM Rob Blake. What's the latest on that front, Pierre?
Well, it's been really quiet on that front, and that's by design. And it was Rob Blake himself that before the season went to the Kings and said, let's not talk contract here during the year. Let's get through the season. We'll sit down afterwards, and then we'll figure things out. Very zen-like from Rob Blake. Some GMs wouldn't be as comfortable, but that's who he is. He's been with the Kings a long time. He has a great relationship with team president Luc Robitaille, and he just wants to get through this year before he helps decide his future. I think there'll be an extension on the table for him there, but we'll see what he wants to do.
What about Don Sweeney, Pierre? Any word on the Bruin GM's future now that they're going to miss the playoffs for the first time since 2016?
Yeah, Gino, there's not been any word either way, and that in itself has created a bit of noise in that market. And why is there noise? Well, number one, he's entering the final year of his contract next year. Number two, he's been there 10 years. That's a long time. And obviously, it's been a very disappointing year. But having said all that, he had a very aggressive trade deadline as a seller. It was the first time he was ever a seller. Got a lot of praise from GMs around the league about the return on those deals. So we'll see what that means for his future in Boston.
The Bruins are an organization that's only missed the playoffs twice in the last 17 years, so expectations are always really high. They're the insiders, Chris Johnston and Pierre LeBrun.